Are NFTs in a massive bubble? Recently, I made a video about the art collection Ethereum and how these NFTs are selling for millions of dollars. And after that video, one of my friends asked me, Chris, if you had $1 million liquid, would you buy one of those NFTs yourself? And as hard as it was for me to say, I said no. And the reason is I don't like hype. And NFTs right now are the definition of hype. When it comes to making money, the best time to invest is when there's no hype, when no one cares. That's when you get the best deals. And that goes for everything. Real estate, stocks, crypto, and even NFTs. And because of all this hype, it leaves me with the question, are NFTs in a massive bubble? And for my research, the answer is yes and no. Let's first talk about bubbles, because we often see bubbles when there's a new technology. An example would be the .com bubble in the 90s, or the crypto bubble back in 2017. But some people don't believe that NFTs are in a bubble at all, like the chief strategy officer at CoinShares. And she says that the surging non-fungible token market is not a bubble, but instead NFTs are a status symbol for a new class of consumers. Okay, now I'm gonna play devil's advocate and look at some of the indicators that have me concerned that we're possibly in an NFT bubble. Firstly, it's market makers. And here's what I mean by this when it comes to NFTs. Basically, you get a few people that have a lot of Ethereum. They then can bid up the price of NFTs until someone else buys it. At that point, the person that bought it is left holding a somewhat valueless NFT. And the person that bid up the price, who could also be the one that made the NFT, is left with a nice profit. An example of this is the insider trading that was happening at OpenSea. A few secret wallet addresses were buying front page drops before they were even listed. They then were selling them shortly after for a huge profit. And then the price would drop. Now, I know this is an extreme example, but it's similar to what we're talking about. Artificially inflated NFT prices. Another factor that concerns me is the amount of new wallet addresses that are buying NFTs. Now, if we look at non-fungible.com and looking at this first graph, which is the total amount of US dollars spent on NFTs, we can see sales starting to decline. And it's the same with this graph, which shows the amount of unique wallet addresses that have bought or sold NFTs. Basically, the trend is starting to slow. But if we look at these graphs in a different perspective, we could see that over the long term, NFTs are making nicer upswings and gaining more and more participants. But now for the moment of truth, with all of those factors in mind, am I personally investing into NFTs? The answer is no. For right now, I'm choosing to sit on the sidelines of NFT investing, mainly ones that use Ethereum. And this is for the simple reason that I do think we're in some form of a bubble. I mean, how sustainable are these 1,000%, 2,000%, even 10,000% returns? Could these high NFT prices be an inflection point for the overall market? There's a lot of questions that I've yet to get answers for. But I'm very interested in Solana, Thesis, and Cardano NFTs because they seem like they have much more room to grow. This is because they're more affordable and they're much more accessible for widespread adoption. Not to mention that since NFTs have been dominated by Ethereum, these NFTs on other blockchains have the potential to grow significantly in value. And just an example of how we're already seeing this happen is that Doja Cat released her own NFT collection using Thesis because it's much more environmentally friendly. And that news alone drove up the price of Thesis and is bringing much more attention to Thesis NFTs. And bubble or not, I see a lot of potential for NFTs that have utility. Some examples would be like VeeFriends, which is Gary Vee's NFT that gives you exclusive access and certain perks like going garage sailing with Gary himself. Also, gaming NFTs like Axie Infinity or Zedrun, which is the NFT horses. I like these because both the gaming industry and the NFT industry are growing at an accelerated rate. So gaming NFTs are the best of both worlds and have a very strong case for continuing to grow in value. But while all NFTs might not make good investments, we have to think big picture here. NFTs stand apart from other luxury items like bags, shoes, and watches because you can use NFTs as collateral in the crypto financial market. And here's a quote that really stuck with me. The global market for luxury goods is absolutely massive. NFTs are a digital flex and status symbol for a new class of consumers. But unlike traditional markets of wealth and status, they're open open to anyone, anywhere, with verifiable scarcity. So NFTs aren't worth completely writing off, but they are worth more research. Maybe you check out Cardano, Thesis, or Solana NFTs. Or maybe Polygon NFTs, which are available on OpenSea. Or even the somewhat new fractionalized versions of NFTs. Because even though we might be in a bubble, I still see so much potential for this technology and a lot of opportunity for entrepreneurship. I also want to mention that this is not financial advice, and you've always got to do your own research before making any investment decision. With that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to demolish the subscribe button, smash the like button, and I'll catch y'all next time. Alexa, play Industry Baby by Lil Nas X.